In a world where there is only war, brave soldiers hold the line against unending waves of alien hordes. Heroes will rise and fall. Escape is the only hope. Hope is in short supply. This is 40K in 40 minutes. Astra Militarum versus Tyranid. Welcome 40K fans and all fans of 80s action movies to this throwback game to a different time. Your host JT the Voice here with an homage to the classics, over-the-top moments, and early edition rules. Nick and his Mechanized Assault takes on Mubin and his Crusher Stampede in a mission from early 10th edition, the Leviathan campaign book. This one is gonna be fun.
Oh boy, it's another day and it's another planet that's ready for devouring.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We are playing Guard versus Tyranids classic matchup on a very narrative board, narrative mission. Several different Guard regiments have been pushed back by a Tyranid invasion, and it becomes a fighting retreat to the last line of defense.
Today's mission is a throwback way back to the start of the edition. Nick's Guard have got to cross the board and get to the escape zone. Mubin has to stop him. Points are scored based on how many points where the models end the game in the escape zone.
Within 12 the edge.
The more that do so, the more points Nick scores. If Mubin kills enough units, Nick will not be able to escape enough to win, so it's a real race to that last turn. The twist? Nick's got to deploy everything on the board, but we'll go first. Mubin, however, cannot deploy anything on the board, and his only board edge for reserves is the long one in front of him.
I don't start with a single model on the table.
There are no objective markers, no secondaries.
Simply hunt and feed on the Guard.
This one is gonna be good.
I'm playing the Tyranids with a swarm of big bugs. We've decided to go all big bugs all the time. We have a few little gribblies in there because, you know, we need gribblies. While I do have some very staple big bugs in a Tyranid army like the Exocrine, the Maleceptor, and the Tyrannifex, I've also brought along a couple Norn Emissaries, a Neurotyrant, because we need a Neurotyrant, and I decided to bring back the Swarmlord again, because it's been a while since I've played with Swarmlord.
Man the defenses, push back the enemy. I think I've come equipped for this. I'm playing the Mechanized Assault Detachment, which allows me to move very fast with my transports, give them orders, and do all sorts of things when I get out of transports. I've brought a couple big tanks to try to slow down the enemy and take out some of the big beasties. Penelope, the Shadowsword, hopefully able to take down some of these beasties with his big volcano cannon. Hamilton, the Vanquisher, trying to redeem himself from previous escapades. Hans, the Flamer tank. Some of the guardsmen may have to give their life for the Emperor. I gotta make really good choices on what stays back and holds them off and what gets to the other side of the table.
The one big unit I am actually really scared of on Nick's side is that Shadowsword. Anything he points that cannon at is probably gonna go boom.
Mubin, this is going to be a great game. I can tell it already. I've been excited for this for weeks.
It's gonna be fantastic.
We are going all the way back to the beginning of the edition, Leviathan Crusade. I deploy all my stuff here. You don't deploy on the board at all.
Nothing.
And then you gotta come on the board turn one and chase me down as I try to get to this side of the board. And then I have to survive for 5 turns.
It's gonna be great.
Manning the defenses, holding you back. I kinda love it. It just instantly tells a story. You have a crazy amount of big bugs.
There's a lot of big bugs.
Hopefully I brought enough tanks to take them down. So we don't have to roll for who was first. You're the attacker, I'm the defender. I'm going first, because I gotta run away.
And you're deploying everything on the table, no reserves for you. Let's go.
12 inches up is where I have to start. Vanquisher right here. So there's only a 6-inch deployment zone. This tank is more than 6 inches wide and more than 6 inches long. We're going to allow it to deploy a bit more narratively, and I'm just going to pay the cost for pivoting when I move forward. Because this looks cooler as if he's running away. Rogal Dorn tank commander. Chimera here. Face backwards, fire backwards! Holding the defensive line. Flamers. Flamer tank. Put the Sentinel down. 6 inches is a mighty small place to put guys. You know what Krieg love to do? Die gloriously for the Emperor. So they're gonna deploy up here to hold off the enemy advance. Again, gloriously dying for the Emperor. They're gonna man the barricades. And with that, I have deployed. I have to get all of that over here while holding you off at the same time.
This is gonna be great.
So all of your stuff starts in reserves. It can come down first turn, but it has to come down on that side of the table within 6 inches. So you're gonna start there and just run across the board at me. No deep striking shenanigans.
It is a stampede. We've all seen Jurassic Park with the dinosaurs coming out of the trees and stuff.
That's exactly what this is. Let's talk about terrain before we go, because this is a very narrative board, some very interesting terrain that you might not normally encounter. So we have a bunch of walls here that are less than 2 inches, so vehicles can go over them like normal. Bigger buildings, so they block line of sight. So we've got one here, one here, one there, one there, one there, one here. And then we've got a ruin that has bigger walls and 2-inch walls, 2-inch walls and bigger walls. We have a bunch of greenery that's just gonna be decorative. We also have a few like mini cliffs. They're about 2 inches tall, so we're gonna say you can scale them. It means that I'm not funneled to just have all my vehicles coming here.
Yeah, that would be a really bad choke point.
Before the turn begins, I have a couple scouts.
Pre-game moves, Nick scouts his Sentinel straight forward. Taurox scouts up the hill. This episode is brought to you by Deadly Print Studios. Deadly Print battle effects add a level of immersion and cool factor to your models that really makes them jump off the table. Their mission is to unleash the full fury of cinematic warfare onto the tabletop, and we say, mission accomplished. No more flying sticks. No more sad tactical rocks. Every piece Deadly Print designs is a challenge to convention and infused with dynamic visual effects, narrative weight, and creative fury. Deadly Print has more than just generic Warhammer 40k compatible effects and bases. They've got specific unit effects too. They've also got effects for other games like Star Wars Legion and Battletech. All files come pre-supported, each tested to perfection, ensuring seamless printing, and they've been test printed and are compatible with all major resin printers. Deadly Print Studios has STLs for almost any battle effect you can imagine, or if you prefer, you can order them pre-printed and shipped to you. Make sure to check out the link in the description below or go to deadlyprintstudio.com.
I have 2 Norn Emissaries, and we have a singular purpose for both of them. I get to reroll all hit rolls and wound rolls against a singular target. And Tickles has a particular grudge against Hans.
Oh no, the Hellhound! I need him to live.
And this second one, Hamilton's gonna be its target.
We go to my turn. I got a command point going up to 1.
Yeah, I get a command point too.
And normally we're gonna be like, oh, I better plan for where I'm gonna shoot things and stuff like that. There's nothing on the table. So I cannot shoot you first turn. So I'm going to run like the Dickens. Bravely run away and hold off the enemy.
Zoom!
Or we're gonna put some orders down first.
Nick's command phase, pretty straightforward here. Orders are going to be move, move, move across the board. He's spending a command point on Vox Relay to order across the table with his commander, even from inside the Chimera.
Get out of here, they're coming! There's a sense of dread. I'm so close to where you're gonna deploy, I'm just like, I'm terrified. So let's start the movement phase. And everything is going to advance.
Yep, checks out.
The Taurox advances. The Chimera advances. Hans gets a Flammenwerfer repositioning for a potential overwatch.
You shall not pass!
Sentinel crosses partially into the escape zone.
Ready to unleash 15 barrels of hell!
Krieg hopped the barricade to hold the line. Krieg repositioning on the top of the bastion to hold.
They're just gonna turn back.
Rogal Dorn rolls up, literally.
For the Emperor! So I've got some choices here. There's a bit of a traffic jam going here. Whoever goes first is gonna get farther. The other ones are gonna be stuck behind.
Chimera rolls up and zooms.
We're gonna save the infantry.
Vanquisher now in behind the Chimera. The Leman Russ has formed a rearguard defense. Interesting choice, as that model is a 185-point model and a big part of Nick's army. If it gets destroyed, he will not have it to escape.
So I've got some sacrificial units ready to go. I've made a great push. That was actually really high on a lot of those moves and advances. I'm almost in my deployment zone. I just gotta hold you off for 5 turns. I don't get to shoot you this turn.
Nope.
I can overwatch you, but that's about it. Now all your stuff's about to deploy, and I'm terrified.
I'm excited.
As expected, 0 points in the escape zone at the end of Nick's turn. That means if the game ended right now, Mubin would win 100-10. On a Mubin's turn 1.
My turn?
Yes.
I get a command point.
So do I.
I have nothing else to do in the command phase.
It's the calm before the storm. All quiet, we're just waiting. We can't see the enemy, but we hear them. What was that?
Welcome to Tyrannic Park.
Reinforcement step is all the movement Mubin gets. Norn number 2 in on the left, closing on his target, Hamilton the Vanquisher.
We all love a good old Screamer Killer. We're gonna put this Screamer Killer in front of some poor little Kriegsmen. And you know what, let's do Tickles next. We are gonna send the Neurotyrant over this way. Termagants. We're gonna throw more Termagants down over on this far side here. Hormagaunts. Deathleaper feels like he wants to go hunt a tank. The other Lictor, good old Malceptor. Swarmlord.
I would like to kill him.
He would also like to kill you. Tyrannifex. Exocrine just hiding out in the corner over here. And then last, but definitely not least, more Hormagaunts.
Oh my goodness, there's more of them.
There's always more.
As you set up that last Hormagaunt unit, you're right in range of my Flamer!
Not Harry.
Inferno Cannon! 9 shots. Strength 6, your T3. I drop 2, so you take 7 wounds. And then I've got the Heavy Flamer. I almost got him. There's 2 left. All right, Harry the Hormagaunt lives.
Well, he's got a friend this time. So now we go into our shooting phase.
We can skip it if you want.
Shooting phase now, Screamer Killer shouts at the Krieg heavy weapons team on the right, 1 down, but no shoot on death.
And then I take a battle shock test, which I fail. They're very terrified.
Tickles the Norn into his singular purpose target, the Hellhound.
Hitting on 2s.
Oh my goodness, double 1s!
Thank God you're my chosen target because I get to reroll hit rolls.
Okay, that's
Better, looking for 3s. I get 2 of them.
out of 5. I saved neither of them. How much damage?
D6 each.
Ooh, I think I have 12 wounds, I believe. A 5 and a 6 needed.
A 5 and a 3.
I got 3 wounds left on that Flamer.
Second Screamer Killer now into the Krieg on the Bastion, 3 down, battle shock check passed. Neurotyrant into the Krieg squad with Dr. Giggles, 2 die. Second Norn now into the Leman Russ battle tank, fails to wound.
No way!
Exocrine on the far right into Hans the Hellhound. He got him. That is 125 points that will not be able to escape.
I think we might just leave the chassis there just to look cool, and it won't affect movement or anything like that.
All right, the final shots.
Tyrannifex splits fire. Stingers go into the Krieg. Got one. Into the Shadowsword with the big gun.
2 shots from the Rupture Cannon. I hit once. I will spend one of my 2 command points. I want to try and hit.
I'm toughness 13.
Strength 18, so I'm willing to take it. Yes, he hits with both, wounding on 3s. Both wounds.
No!
AP 4.
Oh! Now we will have cover because of the barricade here, but that still gives me 5s. Oh my goodness. And this does how much damage?
D6 plus 6. I can't kill you.
You can get so close because I only have 24 wounds. If you rolled max, you could kill me.
I could, but you also get saves.
Well, let's hope I make either of them on a 5-up. The first one! The first one! Oh, it's a save. The second one! Oh!
D6 plus 6. 8 whole damage.
Shadowsword, 16 wounds left.
Let's charge. We really want to get up this board.
Norn charging the Krieg fails.
I do have a command point.
You want the extra movement, don't you?
I want that extra movement.
Spend it, spend it.
I'm spending the command point. Need 6 on the dice.
It's a good reroll.
With a 9.
Oh, I shouldn't have encouraged you. Ah!
Screamer Killer charging the same target.
There's gonna be some very dead guardsmen.
The Norn needs an 11 to reach the Leman Russ. He fails. Hormagaunts into the Krieg. Fail.
Snake Eyes won't do. So they're gonna stay put, which means that's the only 2 chargers. Let's fight.
Screamer Killer eats 3 of the Krieg guardsmen. The Norn's got 4 Krieg to kill. Oh my, nom noms for the hive mind. 65 more points that will not score.
And he takes the one guy as a trophy.
But with that, my turn is done.
190 points have been destroyed from Nick's force, but remember, as long as he can get 900 points or more off the board or at the escape zone at the end of turn 5, he will win the game.
And now we're gonna go to turn 2, and I'm gonna get a chance to shoot you and run away further. I think I'm gonna have to make some hard choices about some sacrifices, though. All right, Start turn 2.
Yes.
Get right down here. You look like this, and I'm just like, it's so cool. 1 command point for each of us. I gotta say, it's kind of liberating not to be drawing secondaries. Danger zone it's called. 12 inches from your board edge is a no-go zone for my units. I can't even enter there. That's a bit of a game balance thing, but it also is kind of thematic, like there's too many bugs. However, I am gonna do my best to slow you down. No battle shock test to make.
That's what you think.
What? Wait.
Shadows in the warp.
Mubin calls Shadows in the Warp. Interesting.
So this actually is a big deal because any unit that has battle shock can't benefit from orders.
And especially because this is kind of the best point in time for you to not only move towards the final objective, but also counterpunch me really hard.
So every single unit on the board takes a battle shock test.
-1 leadership, because I do have a good old Neurotyrant.
The ones that really matter are these tanks over here. The Rogal Dorn! 679, he passes. The Vanquisher, Hamilton! Hamilton survives. The Leman Russ fails! No!
Bolter Chimera fails. Flamer Chimera fails. Shadowsword fails. Sentinel fails. Taurox fails. Only the Dorn, the Vanquisher, and the remaining Krieg squads pass battle shock.
Well, that sucks.
That was an impressive Shadows in the Warp. I managed to almost battle shock everything.
Krieg squad back up to 9 models thanks to Dr. Giggles.
Glory for the Emperor! Then I got a few orders to give out.
Krieg heavy weapon team gets take cover order, and the Vanquisher and Dorn get take aim.
Into the movement phase.
Krieg over the wall. Leman Russ looks to make a defiant stand.
Maybe battle shocked, but he can still die for the Emperor.
Right side Chimera squad disembarking from the transport. That's gonna give themselves move, and advance 15 inches away from the ride. Left side Chimera advances.
So it gets right to the base.
Rogal moves up, turning to face the foe. Vanquisher backs up and turns. Sentinel shifts to let the big tank through. Shadowsword backing up and turning around.
So the only units that are in the escape zone right now are the Rogal Dorn and the Chimera.
Taurox hauls it into the escape zone. Flamer Chimera spins around to form a rear guard on the right.
Movement phase is done. Shooting!
Open fire at will.
The Sentinel at the beginning of the shooting phase is to declare that he spots the Norn. Anything that shoots at it gets reroll 1s to hit.
Leave Tickles alone.
Heavy Krieg Flamers roasting some Termagants.
Then the Chimera.
Chimera splits fire, Hormagaunts get 1 flamer, all else going into the Norn Emissary. Harry the Hormagaunt lives!
Harry lives!
Then everything into the Norn. Hunter Killer Rocket! It hits. It wounds.
4 up. No.
Oh, here we go. So 4 damage to the Norn.
Down to 12 wounds remaining.
Last gun array.
2s! And roll 2 1s! Last gun array of doom!
Stubber manages a wound. Sentinel firing on the Norn now, everything saved. Hamilton shooting the Norn with the big Vanquisher cannon.
Ooh, it's a hit. Yeah! Yes, the wound!
4 up.
No!
He's okay.
Hunter Killer Rocket is a miss.
Rogal Dorn into the Norn on the left now as well. Even with a command reroll, only 5 wounds taken.
So the Krieg squad, the Heroes Krieg squad that is giving their lives for the Emperor, is gonna fire everything into this Screamer Killer right here.
Guns will take the Screamer Killer down to 4 wounds left. Hazardous is okay. Leman Russ splitting fire now. Multi-Meltas go into the Norn. Mubin rerolls the failed save. Still fails.
How much damage? Oh, 5, 6, 7 damage.
The Norn sits on 4 wounds left. Screamer Killer takes the rest of the guns to the face.
So we've got a Hunter Killer Rocket. Misses. Battle Cannon. 9 shots, hitting on 4s and rolling 1s. Strength 10 on the Battle Cannon. Oh, I got lots.
Looking for 3s. Fails
6 damage. Boom!
Down he goes.
I got 1 thing left. Hard decision on the Shadowsword. Do I shoot into the Norn, which only has 4 wounds left, or do I try to kill the Tyranofex? Volcano Cannon might be overkill against the Norn.
Shadowsword Penelope, here we go. Volcano Cannon into the Tyranofex.
Now, are you by chance a monster or a vehicle?
No, I'm infantry.
Means I get devastating wounds. D3 plus 1 shots with his main cannon. 3 shots in total. Now, unfortunately, only hitting on 4s. So I can't give him orders. Oh, I missed them all.
Yes.
I missed them all.
Oh, had that Volcano Cannon hit, the Tyranofex would be gone. One last cannon gets through for 2 damage. Heavy bolter sneak one through. That's 2 more damage. Not a lot. He's on 12 wounds left.
Well, that was very disappointing. Like, I could have gone all into the Norn, but to be honest, I wouldn't have killed the Norn either.
The 4 damage could have done it. He only has 4 wounds left.
I guess so. That is all my shooting. I've got 1 charge I'm gonna try to do. Tie up that Norn and prevent it from getting into combat.
He's in.
Exactly a 5. I'd be hilariously tickled pink if I did at least 1 damage. I hit you twice. I do not wound you.
Aww.
Hopeful you don't kill me.
So I'm gonna start with his extra attacks first, which is his little tiny claws that he's got. No wounds off of those. Scything Talons go slice.
Norn can't kill the Chimera either. He lives on 2 wounds.
My turn has completed. 4 sacrificial units here. I've got a lot of my units close to being in the escape zone. I just have to hold on for 5 turns.
In an next turn 2, he's got 435 points in the escape zone at present, 190 points destroyed. If the game ends right now, it's 70-40 for Mubin, but let's see what happens Mubin's turn 2.
My turn. Going up to a command point.
Deathleaper advances forward 12 inches.
I suspect there's gonna be a theme of just advancing.
Maliceptor forward.
Tyrannifex wants to stay put because he gets heavy.
Swarmlord forward. Hormagaunts advance. They can still charge. Termagants advance as well.
And then the Neurotyrant's also gonna move.
Screamer Killer is forward.
Exocrine is gonna come out of the jungle. Arrgh. The Lictor.
Harry the Hormagaunt hides. That sounds like a Dr. Seuss book.
So with that all done, let's shoot things.
Maliceptor shooting into the Leman Russ, 3 damage. Norn into the Leman Russ.
I am bracketed, but because I'm below starting strength and I'm below half strength, not only do I get +1 to hit, I get +1 to wound as well.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
So I'm still gonna be hitting you on 2s. We're gonna Neuro Lance again. You're in Melta range this time. Get him, Norn. Double 6s. Wounds both times.
On 6s! Got neither.
2d6 plus 4. 14 whole damage.
Dies, does it explode?
Oh god, no.
Oh, he got him.
Slowed you down a tiny bit.
Tickles the Norn into the Sentinel, hits twice. Got him. Exocrine into Penelope, only 3 damage. Screamer Killer into the Krieg heavy weapons team, only 1 damage. Battle Shock okay.
And then last, but definitely not the least, the Tyrannifex going to try and finish off Penelope.
No, not my Shadowsword. I need at least 1 more round of shooting with him.
All right, looking for 2s to hit this time because I stood still. I get both hits. Need those 3s. 2 saves, AP4.
5s. I got 1! Yeah. Just don't roll 6.
All right, well, I'll roll 6 then. I rolled this.
1 wound left. Would have been nice to pop smoke on him.
Penelope lives with 1 wound. 1 whole wound. This could be bad. Shooting is complete. It's time to charge stuff.
Swarmlord into the Krieg with his charge, succeeds. Hormagaunts also charging Krieg, they're in. Screamer Killer charges the Chimera.
Okay, Screamer Killer, let's go. You can charge. I can do the equivalent of a tank shock. This is gonna be great. I believe in you. Go make this charge. He needs a 5. All right, buddy, you got this.
Oh, it's a 4! You should use your command point to reroll.
You had 1 job. I wanted to tank shock.
Lictor into the Chimera, he's in. Lictor fighting first.
Drops 2. Give me some 5s. 1 whole 6.
Kills it.
He found the weak spot.
Yeah,
Chimera is down. Swarmlord takes down the Krieg soldiers. That's another 65 points removed.
That was a solid turn. Solid sacrifices for the Emperor.
yeah, all my sacrifices are dead.
580 points removed from the board now, and 435 points in the escape zone. That is still a 70-40 victory for Mubin. However, Nick's got to be mindful. He's getting to that breaking point where he can't win the game with the losses he's taking.
Can I survive for 3 more turns? Oh boy, let's go. Alrighty, This is going to be hard. I have lost a few tanks, and unfortunately, with Penelope being so damaged, she no longer counts for giving me points for having units in the escape zone. You have to be above half starting strength. But I'm gonna go up to 2 command points.
I go to 2 as well.
I've got 1 battle shock test to make, and that is on Penelope the Shadowsword. And who is unfortunately, once again, Shooketh. I need to kill some of your monsters.
Castellan unit gets take aim. Take aim, give it to the Vanquisher and the Rogal Dorn as well.
We are gonna go into the moon phase, and in the moon phase, we're gonna start.
Rogal Dorn closes to within 12 inches of the Lictor to defeat that lone operative ability.
I need to kill the stuff that's forward. It means the Tyrannofex cannot see me.
Heavy weapon squad moving to be able to shoot the Lictor on the other side.
The Chimera is gonna go back here. He's got line of sight to Swarmlord if he needs it. The cowardly Kasrkin stay in the transport, I guess. Everything's gotta go perfectly.
Heavy weapon team now grenading the Lictor. 4 wounds. Flamers now absolutely roast him. Rogal Dorn sending the big guns into the Norn on 4 wounds. Everything else into Deathleaper.
Start with the Norn. Oppressor Cannon. How many shots? 5 shots. Hitting on 3s. To hit reroll here. 4 hits. 3s to wound. Oh, only 2.
Goes to AP 1 because of cover.
Yeah.
I only make 1. He has 1 wound left.
Oh, it's so annoying. Autocannon. Oh, they both miss. Into Deathleaper.
Melta into the Deathleaper. They take him down. Vanquisher splitting fire. Norn and Swarmlord.
It's a split fire to victory day.
No damage to either.
Fails them all. No! The Vanquisher does nothing.
Chimera, everything into the Swarmlord.
Fire everything, Hunter Killer. It's a hit.
Nice.
Oh, not a wound. Heavy bolters. Hits you once. Stubber hits you once. And does not wound you. Well, that was
Nothing.
Penelope's got to do some heavy lifting here, sir.
Shadow Sword, Las Cannons, and Volcano Cannons into the Tyrannofex. Heavy bolters into the Dorn.
So we're going with the last cannons first into the Tyrannofex. 4 shots, hitting on 5s. I got 3 of them. Good start, good start. 1 wound.
Looking for 5s. No.
Does D6 plus 1. Does 3 damage.
Down to 9.
You're waiting for that volcano cannon. D3 plus 1 shot. It's gonna get 3 shots. I'm hitting on 4s. No command points, unfortunately, because I'm battle shocked. I hit twice. If 1 goes through, it kills them. Don't roll any 1s. Both wound. You have to save them both at -5.
I blank 1 of them.
You have to make the other one.
I can't.
You can't.
It's AP 5.
Oh, you're dead.
covered.
You're dead.
The Tyrannofex is down.
All the heavy bolters into the Norn.
He rolls the 6.
Norn saves and lives on a single wound.
Well, with that, my turn is over. Managed to kill the Tyrannofex, which does alleviate some of your long-range firepower.
Still only 580 points of Nick's army destroyed, but he's had to pull stuff out of the escape zone. Only 225 points in there now, so Mubin is definitely in the lead, but we've still got more game to play.
Start of my turn 3. I go to 3 command points.
I go to 2.
Only battle shocks to take here. Termagants pass, Norn passes, Harry the Hormagaunt passes. Oh, the bugs are not afraid.
And then we begin our relentless march forward.
Maliceptor forward. Swarmlord moves up. Nick overwatching with the Dorn commander. Swarmy down to 7 wounds. The 1 wound Norn moves up. Hormagaunts advance. They can still charge. Neurotyrant forward as well. Right side Screamer Killer moves. Exocrine closing on the midboard. Tickles the Norn moves up.
Here comes the tickles.
Termagants behind the Neurotyrant.
Harry's happy. He's just gonna chill back here. He's like, I'm just here to survive. All right, with that, let's shoot things. I'm gonna start with Swarmlord. He's gonna scream at Penelope.
Yeah, do it.
D6 plus 3. This is a torrent, so I will auto hit for 8 shots. I need 6s to wound. He gets 1.
That's all you need. Well, then it's a 2-up. It's a 1! And I can't re-roll it because I'm battle shocked.
Boom, boom. Chant with me, everyone. Boom, boom,
Will it be an explosion?
boom.
Juan from Deadly Print Studios, grab me a 6! That's a 6! Explosion!
She explodes! 7 wounds to the Swarmlord, he dies! 5 dead Hormagaunts, that is huge!
This exploded because the commander and the tank realized they were doomed, grabs a grenade, and tosses it into the engine.
Well, that happened. But I have more shooting to do.
Norn firing into Hamilton, Nick responding with smokescreen, 6 damage only, 7 wounds left. Maliceptor shooting the Chimera, 6 damage done, he's on 5 wounds left.
The Chimera is no longer worth points.
Exocrine into the Vanquisher, 3 damage, he's down to 4 wounds remaining.
Ah, that puts him below half strength as well.
And now we charge. Screamer Killer, redemption time. He's gonna charge those poor Krieg heavy weapon team. He needs an 8.
He needs to scramble up the cliff. He needs an 8 to get up there. All right.
No, it's a 7. The Norn is gonna show him how it's done. He'll need an 11. Go, Norn, go! No, that's a 7. The Norn will re-roll.
You're gonna re-roll the 11 rather than this.
Because I want him going up, not the Screamer Killer. No, that's 5. And that's it for my charges.
Oh, 990 points destroyed. That is putting us into dangerous terrain here. Nick is running out of assets. Only 140 points in the escape zone at the end of that turn. Nick can be cavalier with some of his units now, as they are below half wounds and will not score for him.
I'm gonna go to 1 command point.
3.
Now, the problem is that you only score points for having units within 12 the edge, plus they have to be not under half strength. The Vanquisher doesn't count. The Chimera doesn't count. Only thing that count right now, the unit inside the Chimera, the Rogal Dorn, the Taurox, the Kasrkin inside, and the Cadian Shock Troop with the Cadian Castellan attached. They count, but they only move 4.
Move, move, move!
They're not gonna get here in time. So they're gonna suicide themselves. So a tie is still on the table.
Okay, so I gotta bring you under 600.
Under 600 points of units that are not below half strength. So it is a full runaway at this point. They're gonna try to do damage.
Sacrificial lambs.
Rogal Dorn's gotta run away. Let's do some orders.
Cadians get move, move, move. Dorn gets take aim. Vanquisher gets take aim.
It's a battle shock test to make. Vanquisher.
Oh, the Vanquisher fails its battle shock. There goes its order.
No.
Chimera fails his battle shock. Oh no.
No. And then we're going to run away with everything else. Taurox.
Taurox moving 16 inches, parking behind the building. Cadians, get to the Valkyrie. Get to the Valkyrie. Get down. 11-inch move backwards. Dorn staying stationary. Like Sonny in Predator, he's standing on a log saying, "You're not gonna pass." Castellan and Cadians hop out of the Chimera and leg it into hiding.
And then the Chimera, because he's battle shocked and can't get me points anymore, is gonna come over here to ensure these 2 things die. I don't wanna move over here because you're gonna overwatch me.
Yeah.
So that's the boom phase. Now we're gonna go to the shooting phase.
Dorn full send into the Maliceptor, save his heavy bolters into the Norn. No effect on the Norn. Maliceptor down to 7 wounds left.
He's down to half.
Chimera tried to down the 1 wound Norn.
With 1 wound left, it's gotta die.
Yep. Fire everything.
Heavy bolters from the Chimera. Ooh, double 6s. Sustain goes in. 2 6s. Come on, just fail me 1. Fail me 1.
2s. There's 3s.
Las gun array. Nope. A heavy stubber. Oh, 2 6s.
Ho, ho, ho.
Just fail 1. Give me 1. Mubin, you're known for this. There it is. Don't you dare. Don't. No.
I spent a command point.
No.
I'm gonna make sure he lives. Live, Norm.
No. It's a 1 into a 1. The classic blunder.
1-to-1 club lifetime membership confirmed.
It's kind of funny that the weapon that killed you was the heavy stubber.
Called the heavy stubber of doom.
Vanquisher now with the epic split fire. Hormagaunts getting stubbered, kills 1. Last cannons and Meltas into Maliceptor. Meltas both hit, no wounds. Vanquisher cannon into the Norn, misses. Oh no.
I can't roll into these because battle shock. Then you let me down again, man. You know what, Hamilton? You're a stand-up guy. You're very kind to the enemy.
He shows mercy.
Well, I got one last thing.
Heavy weapon team grenades the Screamer Killer, 4 mortal wounds. He's on 6. Flamers into the Screamer Killer now. Only 1 fails. He's alive on 4 wounds.
And with that, my turn is done. It's still possible for a tie.
Oh, we ain't got time to charge, but we sure got time to bleed. 315 points in the escape zone. If it ends right now, it's 70-40 Mubin and 990 points destroyed. What can Mubin do on his turn 4?
Let's do this. We're gonna go to 3 command points.
I go to 1. I'm either gonna overwatch your Maleceptor or the Screamer Killer.
Hormagaunts fail their battle shock. Screamer Killer fails its battle shock. Harry the Hormagaunt fails its battle shock.
There's only one thing and one thing left to do. Move forward.
Maleceptor moving up. Nick's Dorn Commander overwatches.
2 battle shots. That's on 6. 7 dice. Oh, I got 1. I got 2! Oh. I got both! Both Meltas hits! Come on. I got a wound, and I still have a chassis. Reroll to wound roll. Okay, so 1 wound.
4 up involved.
Don't you dare. It's D6 plus 2. No, don't, no.
I have to command reroll it. I have to do it, Nick.
My movement! No! D6 plus 2. I can kill you right here with a 5 or 6. It's a 6! No! I got him! Shoo!
Does he go boom? Yes!
And it explodes! A wound done to the Vanquisher and the Rogal Dorn.
With that, let's continue our march forward.
Neurolictor is closing. Hormagaunts advance. Tickles the Norn closing on the Vanquisher. Screamer Killer is up. Termagants run forward. More Termagants. Harry the Hormagaunt forward for glory.
Shoot away, he says. All right.
Neurotyrant firing into Hamilton. 2 damage. The Vanquisher is alive on a single wound. Tickles the Norn into the Vanquisher. Needing a command reroll. Fails again.
Oh no!
Nothing. Tickles.
Exocrine on Vanquisher. Got him.
It goes down.
Goodbye, Hamilton. With that, we're going to go into the charge phase.
Screamer Killer with a 2-inch charge. The Krieg may be in trouble. That was excessive, but a lot of fun to watch.
But that's the end of my turn 4.
On to the last turn of the game. There's a chance for a tie here.
That's right, folks. 600 to 899 points in the escape zone, and it becomes a draw, but he's very, very close to that number not being reachable. Only 790 points in his army remains.
So we're going to my turn. I'm going to get a command point. It's the Rogal Dorn that scares me. It's the only thing that can't really hide. I have to be within 12 inches of my edge of the table here. There's not enough movement for me to hide behind this terrain. A battle shock test and commands to do.
Dorn gets take aim. Chimera gets move.
He's going to run up and try to take shock the Norn.
Cadians take cover. Chimera fails battle shock, loses his order. Oh no!
Means I can't take shock with him. So we're gonna go in the move phase now. And I'm gonna back up so that I'm wholly within 12. The Chimera is gonna move up, little move blocking.
Cadian shock troops lining up with the Termagants trying to stop that threat. Cadians digging deep into cover.
Please let us in the Taurox, please. We can fit, I promise.
Kasrkin pop out of the Taurox to be wholly within the zone and ready to get to the chopper. Get out of here.
Once again, Rogal Dorn has to be above half strength. The infantry has to be above half strength. These 2 infantry squads, and the Taurox does. If you bring any of those to below half strength, and I will lose.
Yup.
Shooting phase, the Kasrkin.
Kasrkin giving themselves take cover. Cadians into the Termagants. They got him.
The Norn and the Exocrine both have enough firepower to take this to half. I only really could kill 1.
Rogal Dorn, all the shots into the Norn. 5 wounds remaining.
The Chimera still has yet to go. He's battle shocked, but I can still do some damage to it. Into the Norn! Heavy bolters. There's 2 heavy bolters. All right, I hit you none because he's bracketed. Heavy stubber. Miss it all. Not gonna bother lads, gonna ray. Moving on, last turn of the game.
No charges, no fights. Nick has 700 points in the escape zone at present. If the game ends now, it is a draw, 55-55. All Mubin has to do is kill one of these units out.
All right, here we go. Probably only have one target.
I'm gonna go for the Dorn.
All-important battle shock step. The Screamer Killer fails. Oh no, so much for rerolls.
Unfortunately, Tickles can't quite get in range to do any damage to the Dorn.
Tickles the Dorn moves up and has reach on multiple infantry units.
That's not good.
The Dorn overwatches him.
Oppressor cannon. 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 sixes. I can reroll one hit roll. I'm gonna do it now. 3 sixes. It's fantastic. 3's to wound. 1 wound. I can reroll 1 wound roll. 2 wounds.
I got cover this time.
Covered.
He's okay.
No effect. Not as good as Into the Maleceptor.
With all that.
Exocrine closing. Screamer Killer turns the corner. Termagants in behind him. Neurotyrant floats out. Termagants also closing. Neurotyrant tried to hurt the Dorn. It's on 15 wounds, but the breaking point is less than 9. Exocrine going into the Dorn.
So I'm not gonna smoke. Banking on you not doing with Exocrine because I think I'll need to go to ground to survive here. Oh boy.
Exocrine, baby. Let's go.
How many shots?
5 shots. Looking for 3s. Only 2. I'm gonna use the command point reroll here. Try to get an extra hit because I'm hitting on 3s. That's a hit. Triple 5s. No 5s at all.
I made the right call on not smoking. So he lives. It comes down to you damaging one of these 2 infantry squads.
I'm gonna go with the Norn, and we're gonna go with the Cadians right there.
Go to ground for 1 command point. It gives me a 6+ invulnerable save, which is whatever, but it's the cover because I'm out in the open here. I'm doing everything I can to keep these guys alive. When I spend a command point on this infantry unit, because of an officer, on a 4-up, I will get it back, which I could use to reroll a save. I won't get it back, so no good. All right, just come on. Guys, I can't look.
We're gonna go with the blast profile on his mind bullets. 2d6 plus 2.
Look, I can't look.
3 plus blast, 5.
Norn whiffs super hard. Only 2 down after a go to ground from Nick.
We're gonna take these 2 guys to make your charge impossible. This is your last chance. The Screamer Killer needs to bring this unit to half.
D6 plus 3 with blast.
I have 10 guys in the unit. I have take cover.
We'll see what happens.
Oh no. No, Mubin, no!
6 shots.
It's enough.
The saving graces, he's below half strength.
Yeah.
So I'm hitting on 3s, and I wound you on 2s. 5, need 2s.
Oh,
Not the double ones.
Oh, with that, I saved 2 of them. 1 goes through.
What a finish! Literally down to the final turn, and it's not a victory, but it's a draw. What a game!
The Valkyries, the Lighters, they all come down, they pick up the survivors, and they get out of there. And we leave the planet to you. You can have the planet, it's yours.
Whee! Food! Biomass! Good game, Nick. Well done, Nick. That was a valiant effort.
What a game, what a crazy narrative game. That was a ton of fun.
The mission itself told a story, and the dice told stories as well.
Really did not feel like working today. I got to play an amazing game with an amazing guy.
Until we see you next time, play on.
Thanks, gentlemen, for a fantastic game. Really enjoyed the absolute heck out of that. And thanks, of course, to this episode's sponsor, Deadly Print Studios. Follow the link in the description below or go to deadlyprintstudio.com and get your battle effects today. And of course, the biggest of thank yous to you for watching. If you like what we do, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. If you really like what we do, please consider supporting us through YouTube membership or Patreon. You'll get exclusive releases as well as behind-the-scenes sneak peeks, early access to most of our shows, and access to our Discord, the most happening 40K community around. That's it from all of us here at the Play On Studios. On behalf of them, it's me, JT the Voice, saying, until the next time you see us in the far-flung future of a grimdark universe, play on. I ain't got time to bleed. You got time to duck? What's the matter, Dylan? Pushing a pencil got you weak? What happened to you?